When did the family who called you a monster come crawling back for help? I was 15 when they threw me out, called me a freak, that I was possessed by the devil. My gift? I can see when people are going to die. Not how, not why, just when. A timer floating above their heads, counting down. Mom found me crying in the kitchen one morning. Grandpa only has 2 days left, I whispered. She slapped me. Don't you dare say that about your grandfather. 2 days later, he had a heart attack. Dad started bringing priests to the house. They'd wave crosses at me, splash holy water, mumble prayers. Cast out this demon, Father Martinez shouted. I tried to explain. It's not evil. I just see things. You're cursed, Mom said. You bring death wherever you go. They packed my bags that night. 16 years old, sleeping in shelters, eating from food banks. I learned to hide it. Never told anyone what I could see. Got a job at a gas station, rented a tiny apartment, lived quietly. Years passed. No contact, not a single call. Then my phone rang last Tuesday. Mom's voice shaking. Ezra, is that what do you want? We need to talk. Can you come home? I hung up. She called again and again. Finally, I answered. I don't have a home. Your sister, Rachel, she's sick, really sick. I hadn't spoken to Rachel in 12 years. Last time I saw her, she was screaming at me to get out of her wedding. Not my problem. The doctors say 6 months, maybe less, but we think you might be able to what? To tell us how much time she really has. I started laughing. Couldn't stop. You kicked me out for being a monster. Now you want the monster's help. Ezra, please, she's your sister. I drove 4 hours to their house. Same ugly yellow wallpaper. Same family photos with my face scratched out. Rachel was on the couch, thin as paper, bald from chemo. Timer floating above her head. 8 weeks, 3 days, 16 hours. Less than the doctors thought. Hey, freak, she whispered. Heard you can see death now. I always could. You just didn't want to listen. Mom wrung her hands. So, what do you see? I looked at Rachel. Really looked. Her timer was steady, unwavering. You want the truth? Yeah, 8 weeks. Give or take a few days. Mom started crying. Dad just stared at the floor. There's something else, I said. Something I never told you. They looked up. I don't just see death. I see windows. Moments when things can change. What do you mean? Rachel has a window. 3 days from now. 2:47 p.m. She needs to be at the hospital. Not home. Not here. Room 314. Specifically. Why? I don't know why. I just know that's where she needs to be. Rachel grabbed my hand. You're not a monster. You never were. We were just scared. Too little, too late. I left that night. Didn't say goodbye. 3 days later, my phone rang. Dad's voice. Ezra, Rachel was in room 314. Like you said, 2:47 p.m. There was this experimental treatment. Last minute opening. They said it was a miracle she was there at the right time. And her cancer, it's responding. Doctors are calling it unprecedented. I hung up. Blocked their number. Some bridges burn for good reason. Even if you have the power to rebuild them. They called me a monster for seeing death. But the real monsters were the ones who threw away their child for being different. Rachel might live now, but I'm still dead to them, and that's exactly how I want.